call everything to order here. All right, welcome. Welcome to the Harvard Extension Student Association General Assembly meeting, the first meeting of the spring semester. Happy 2012 to everyone here tonight. How many are new to the Extension School? Raise your hand. How about new this semester? All right, great. Sort of happened this semester.
New in person.
New in person, that's right. That's good. Let's give them a hand. With that?
We give all of them a hand.
All of them get a hand, that's right. So, welcome everyone. And how many were just admitted to a degree program this semester? Yes? Yay? And you just get your ID card. You haven't got your ID cards yet? Your photo and everything? You guys good? That's exciting. I remember that, getting my ID card. That was exciting. Well, hello everyone. My name's Philip. I'm the student president here at the Harvard Extension School. And I'm so happy to be here with you all once again. This is going to be a great semester. Tonight, I'll give you a quick overview about this evening. Hopefully, you've all seen the agenda. If not, there's some more copies floating around. So feel free to grab an agenda. We're going to talk a little bit about last semester, looking back, and then we're going to look forward to this semester. We've got a lot of exciting initiatives, and we're going to and projects we're going to be working on, and I'm going to introduce you to some of the other leadership here that's here tonight on the HESA team. And then we're also going to see some introductions from student clubs. We have some vibrant student clubs that are doing a lot, having events, regular conferences, all sorts of great things that you can get involved in as well here in your student community. And we do truly have a vibrant student community. And those of you who have been here before, how many are returning? How many, this is at least your second GA meeting? Okay, good. Well, this means we have a lot of new faces, which is great. We love to see new faces. We love to see new people getting involved in the student community. And I'll be talking about it a little bit more. And those of you who have come before have probably heard me say this, or you've heard me say it at an event. But if you're only coming to class, you're only getting straight A's in all of your classes, you're only keeping up with your homework, you're only taking care of your family, which is kind of a lot. But if you're only doing those things, you are cheating yourself. You're not getting your full Harvard experience. So come get involved in your student community, join a club, come get involved in HESA, come out to the events, come out to these GA meetings. We have at least once or twice a month. So come out, get involved. Every Thursday night is Extend the Night at Queen's Head as well. It's a great informal way just to connect with other students that are going through what you're going through. Just stop by after class, 7:30 to like 10 o'clock. Just stop by, and it's a great time. How many of you have been to Extend the Night? All right, great. Some of you were there last night. Yes, I was there last night for a part of it. So it's great. Just stop in, stay for a little while, get some food if you like, something to drink, and it's trivia night, which is fun, so we can show our stuff. Where's Sheldon? I thought I saw Sheldon here. He's like the trivia man. But it's a lot of fun, so every Thursday night. But come out, get involved in your student community, and we're going to hear tonight as well some great stories from people who have gotten involved and had a major impact. Being involved in the student community has really impacted their life and changed their life, and I'm a great example of that. I'll give a little background about myself. I originally started as a distance student living in California. Some of you may, have any started as distance student, or at least right here? Yeah? Okay, great, and you got sucked into Cambridge? That's cool. It's definitely great to be here, and we have a lot. We actually are streaming live right here to our distance students. We had one from Qatar that he wanted to join tonight, and they said, hey, join the live stream, so he may be watching right now. And we've got even a member on the HESA board that's living in Singapore right now. So you can be involved even if you are a distance student. I got involved as a distance student living in California, the Sacramento area. Really got involved. I said, I want to get involved in the student community. I came out for a January session and thought, I'm just going to get my minimum requirements. I'm going to just come, like I have, let's see if I do 2 January terms and maybe a summer session, then I could just come for like the minimum requirement because there's an on-campus requirement. And that would be all I need to do. But I got here, got here for the January session and started meeting with some of the student community folks and said, hey, what can I do? How can I get involved? And from a distance, even though I had to go back to California, I left thinking, It would be kind of cool to live in Cambridge. So I kind of got bit by the bug, but I really got involved and was actually elected first term living in California, which was really cool. And I'm happy to be here in the second term with you all and working with such a great group of people. Quickly, I'll introduce Aaron Williams over here, Vice President. Let's give him a hand as well. Why don't you greet everyone here tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm Aaron. I'd like to echo Philip's welcome, and I'm so pleased to see so many. This is the most people I've seen in this room for General Assembly by far, and that so many of you are new. It's just really exciting. We hope you'll come back. We'll continue to ply you with free food and soft drinks, and it's worth your time, I promise. I won't bore you too much with my own story and how I wound up here. I was planning to be a fisherman. It was a family business, and I started taking classes casually here, one at a time, two at a time, until I finally realized it was a waste of money if I didn't pursue a degree, so I did. And that's the whole story. But one thing I'd like to really try to propose to you all is that there are great opportunities at the Extension School that folks sometimes never become aware of, and I've had the great advantage to take advantage, not to use that word too much, of some of them. So you should look into study abroad programs. I got to spend a summer in Prague this past year, and it was amazing. We have special student status. You can study at the college or maybe cross-register with business school, Kennedy School. There's an amazing tuition exchange program with the Grad School of Education where you can take a class for free. It's great value if you're selected. And so many other things. They're on the website. We have a great director of student affairs, Saul, who you'll hear from tonight, and she is well-versed in these matters. You should talk to her and talk to the rest of us who spent some time here. And so for the semester ahead, I won't ruin the ending because we're going to talk about it tonight, but we're going to do some real important nuts and bolts things to make sure that HESA is in a good shape moving forward, that we kind of cement not our own legacy, but make sure this business thrives and perpetuates itself. And we hope you get involved with that too. Thank you.
Aaron's also a Gov major. How many Gov majors do we have? All right, we have some. All the International Relations Club. Great. That's
Good. This is what you should be involved with.
Yeah,
we're government.
We are. I am as well. And yeah, he mentioned the special student program. If any of you don't know what the special student program is, how many don't know what the special student program is? Okay, wow. So it's a really great opportunity. I'm also in the program right now. Who else is anyone else? Do we have any other special student in the special student program? So Aaron or myself, come chat with us after the session. It's a really great experience. You can take courses anywhere within FAS, and like you mentioned, cross-registering. So it's a great opportunity. I'm also involved in the Harvard Graduate Council, and this year, the last couple of years, it's been a really big priority to make sure we're involved not only within our student community here at the Extension School, but also within the greater Harvard community. And so we are one of the 12 graduate professional schools here at Harvard. And so it's really important that we're able to connect with students across Harvard. So the Harvard Graduate Council, we have representatives who sit on the council. There's representatives from each school. So I'm glad to be a part of that. I'm also on the COOP board. If you're interested and you want to talk about that, the elections are coming up for the COOP board. I'm not sure if I'm going to be running again, but it would be a great opportunity, great experience. The COOP has about $40 million in revenue, and you're right in the middle of serious business decisions. The board's made up of half students and half faculty and administrators. And just another quick thing is I'm also the new Apple campus rep. So if you have any questions about Apple stuff, I love Apple, and so that's a new thing that just happened this week. So I'm excited, I'm really involved, and I want you to all get involved. If you're going to be here, make an effort, get involved, get your full Harvard experience. There's so much right at your fingertips. How many know the Secretary of Education was here last week, I think it was? Regularly, there's amazing guest speakers that come through. So make sure you're plugged in. Sign up for the listserv, which hopefully you all have. You're receiving the HESA emails. Sign up for other listservs as well you find here at Harvard. And the more you kind of keep coming to these meetings, keep getting involved with the clubs, you'll find out, wow, there's so much going on here. How did I not get involved sooner? Some people wait until their third year to get involved in the student community, and they say, wow, I cannot believe I waited this long to get involved. And even though they were about to graduate, they still got involved, and some great things came out of that. So that's a little bit. Welcome, everyone. Good to see you all here tonight. I'm going to introduce Lakeisha Landrum as well. And Lakeisha, maybe you can introduce me as well. Chief of Staff here at HESA.
Hi, everyone.
Does a little bit of everything. And yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce some of the rest of the team.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I already sort of introduced myself earlier. We have a great team. You can imagine with a lot of the things that we make possible in the Extension Student Association, it takes a pretty awesome team. So that's what we have. I'd like to quickly introduce you to the team that makes this possible. So I will start with our head representative. This is Krishan. Everyone meet Krishan. I think the quickest thing to say about Krishan is if it needs to happen and it seems impossible, Krishan will figure out a way to make it happen. And you'll hear later a very cool story about what happened from him being involved with HESA. Chi-Chi is our Director of Communications. All of the emails that you see go out, they are sent by Chi-Chi. So if there's obviously clubs, if there's information that you want sent out, reach out to Chi-Chi. And Saul. We love Saul. Saul is our Director of Communications.
I exist to answer your questions.
My job. Perfect. If you have questions about, for example, about the special student status, any questions about what resources exist for extension school students, she's your girl. And she has all of the answers, so be sure.
If I don't have them,
she'll
I
get
can
them
ask
for
people.
you. Perfect. And we have our HESA treasurer, Odessa Williamson. So Odessa takes care of all things money related. She keeps us on track. She makes sure that we don't go over our budget as HESA, and also takes care of the club as well. Suresh is our Director of Information Technology. Director of Tech. And that's why we're live streaming. Hey everyone in distance land. So he makes sure that the world outside is plugged into the world here. And keeps our website up to date. Abby. Everyone meet Abby. Abby is part of the Office of the President and makes sure all the events that happen is always there to support. Her role is our Chief Human Resources Officer. So if you're interested in getting involved with the student community, definitely reach out to her or come up to me or any of the team that you've met. Have I missed anyone?
Sarah,
where's she?
At the corner.
Sarah is and speaking of which, Jack as well. Sarah is our ALM liaison. Everyone meets Sarah Rodman. So what that means is if you've been accepted into the ALM program and you're curious about what that means, what you're privy to, what sort of access and privileges you get, please find Sarah, reach out to her and ask her questions. She is your girl. And we have Steve Schultz,
He just stepped out.
He just stepped out. He is our ALB liaison. So if you are accepted into the ALB program, I'll introduce him a little bit later. Monica, if she's there. So for the distance community, Monica Lutz is your go-to girl. If you are only here for a semester and will be leaving afterwards, Monica Lutz keeps the distance community plugged in. And I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll keep it moving. Thanks.
all right, great. Give her a hand. We're doing a lot of clapping, so we clap. That's great. So if anyone does something great, we'll just clap. When the pizza guy comes, we'll make sure we clap. So we'll do that as well. So let's take a quick look back at the fall semester. We started off with a big kickoff event with the football game. How many were at that event? Quite a few of you were helping with that event as well. So we had a great kickoff with the Harvard football at the football stadium, with the Big Tent in collaboration with the Harvard Graduate Council. It was a lot of fun. We had Extend the Night going regularly. How many know what year this is? What birthday this is for Harvard? If you've walked through the yard, you've probably seen it. 375th. That's right. It's the 375th. So this is a really big year. And we in October we had the big 375th bash in Harvard Yard, which was a lot of fun. How many were at that? And you dried out and everything. Okay. We had a little bit of rain that night. One of my favorite moments was when everything just kind of stopped. The band stopped, and everyone just kind of like held their breath and huddled. It was a pretty crazy wet night, but it was a lot of fun in spite of the rain. and we had the after party after that as well. All the way up to the masquerade ball was fantastic, major event. We'll make sure the photos are coming out any moment now. So the photos are just, I've seen some of the photos and they're outstanding. And the video as well is going to be great. And many of you were major help in that event as well. Just for the sake of time, we'll save time and not go into that, but thank you for everyone who spent many hours in meetings and preparation and then the night of, spending so much time and effort really making that event a success. We had 800 people there from every school represented at across Harvard University and alumni as well. And that event will always have its roots at the Extension School. That came as an idea from the Extension School, and it has been embraced by the greater Harvard community as this major Harvard-wide event. It was the second year that we had the event this year. It was at Annenberg Hall. It was beautiful, amazing, very hard venue to get. But the reception has been great, and so although it will continue to become sort of absorbed by the greater Harvard community, the story of that event will have always started at the Extension School. So I think that's really cool, that not only are we participating aggressively within this Harvard community, but we're also serving as leaders in the greater Harvard community. So that is really fantastic. And there were so many great club events throughout last semester that I'm not going to try, because I can't do them justice. So the club leaders are all here tonight. They're among you tonight. And they're going to give a quick recap of all the things that happened last semester and talk a little bit about the upcoming semester. So looking forward to a great spring semester. I'm just going to give you a quick couple of exciting things that are going to come. We're having a planning session for the board this weekend. Excuse me. We're having a big planning session, working on the calendar, so everything will be out after this weekend. But there are 8 to 10 solid initiatives that we're going to be working on together as a student government to make sure that they are completed this year. And let me quickly go back just one second, because I remember I mentioned something about distance students and then I kind of went on. But distance students can be as involved as a student here locally. Monica was just mentioned, she's in Singapore, she's been in DC. How many saw her video that just went out the last week or so? Yeah, Monica did a great video of her at DC, now she's over at Singapore. That's good. Welcome.
That's my deputy, so I'm
Deputy,
applauding.
give him a hand, yep, give him a hand. You want to introduce? You want to introduce? So distance students, sometimes even though we're local students, we can feel like distant students. If you just come to class, go back home, it's really easy to feel disconnected from the student community. And we don't have housing on campus, so we don't have that sort of social environment. So we have to work even harder to make sure we create this sense of community, and that's what we're all about. So we're using a lot of technology to make sure we bring in the students together. We try to send out videos as often as possible, and the email list as often as possible to keep everyone updated on what's going on. But looking forward to this semester, I had a lunch this morning with Dean Rob Neugeborn, who's the Dean of Students, and the Associate Dean, as well as the Assistant to the Dean of Students. That was really great. We're in a really great place with the school administration, which is really fantastic. When we need things, when we need help with things, the school administration is really great, really helpful, and they're when we need them. And had a great meeting. A couple of things I want to share with you that's really exciting. A couple of things that have been in the works for a while. One thing specifically is the Harvard directory. So if you search in the Harvard directory, we're not listed unless you're an employee of Harvard or you're in another program. So we've been working really hard we've been petitioning, say, hey, what do we need to do? Can we help? We'll put together the Excel list and send it over. Unfortunately, it's not quite that easy, but there's votes involved and boards, and there's a lot of tradition here at Harvard, and that's great, but it can also slow things down a bit. But got good news today that it is in progress to get us in the directory. They said not to give too many details just because they didn't want to obviously did that. but there's I want to report to you. I said, what can I say? What can I report? So I can report that something is happening, and very soon, perhaps within this semester, we will be, all the degree candidates will be listed in the directory, which is a really cool thing. And just, yeah. So that's a really good thing, and yeah.
Even the last will be there, or it's just?
Yeah, well, I will have to double check on alums, but it should be just the way that, yeah, the rest of the alums are. So for some reason, without going into too much detail, Occupy Harvard actually played a part in this, which is kind of interesting. Some of the rest of the school didn't realize that some students don't actually have ID cards when it was access getting into the yard. So I kind of refreshed that in some people's minds, and so it kind of has helped prompt this process along through all the hoops that we have to go through. So that's really exciting. That's a great update I wanted to bring to you tonight as well. Throughout this semester, we're also going to bring back the Student Choice Awards, which we had last year. How many remember the Student Choice Awards, if you were involved last year? It was really great. We had a Professor of the Year, a TA of the Year, and what else? Academic Advisor of the Year. Fersh, has anyone had a class with Fersh, Professor Fersh? He actually won the Professor of the Year.
He deserved it.
And yeah, so that was really fun. And Lynn Rubley, how many have Lynn Rubley as an advisor if you're in the undergrad program? She won the Academic Advisor of the Year. So we're going to be doing that again. We're going to be kicking the nominations off in March. So that's going to be great. So stay tuned for that. That's something that's really exciting. And then we'll have a committee that's working on that to go through the process to pick the winners, and then we'll have sort of a Oscar ceremony the day after commencement, where we do like Academy Awards. We do like a giveaway at the location to be confirmed, but potentially the faculty club, and do a commencement gala for the graduates the day after commencement, which is going to be a lot of fun as well. It's a great opportunity for the grads to bring their family and come to a really great venue here at Harvard and get to experience that. So mark that on your calendar. That'll be May 25th. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Elections are going to be coming up this spring as well. So if you're interested in a leadership position, now's the time to start getting involved. If you want to, if you're thinking about running for a position, if you want to be on the board next year. So that's coming up as well. And Extend the Night, I already mentioned, that's going to be happening every Thursday night. And without further ado, I think are we ready to go? No? We're not quite ready to go on to the clubs, but we're getting close. We're going to have the clubs come up and talk about all the great activities and events that they're going to be going through as well. One thing exciting for me, I'm having a baby this semester. My wife's actually having it. I'm just going to help it. So I'm practicing breathing. I'll share with you one really great thing is last night it did its first trick. I've been trying to do fist bumps and sign language and stuff, but it actually did the hiccups last night, so that was really fun. So, anyway, thought I'd share that with you. Okay, so we're going to hear a couple quick stories, and then we're going to get into the clubs. First, I want to reintroduce you to Krishan, who's going to come up and talk about his Harvard Extension story. As we mentioned, there's so many great stories. Someone gets involved, they didn't realize that this was here all along, they got involved with it, perhaps a conference at a club or some event, and it led to meeting someone, and when they graduated, they ended up getting a job with this person that they met at a conference. And there's so many stories that are still playing out because a lot of people who have graduated are just becoming alumni, so the stories are still happening. But Krishan has a great story that is already happening while he's here. It's a great success story, so I want him to come up and share it.
Like Philip mentioned, my name is Krishan Arora. I'm the head representative for HESA, and I just wanted to share with everybody here what true determination and inspiration can do for you. I have the same level of networking and IQ as everybody in this room. I don't have any special skills. It was just pure determination and inspiration that got me through this process. So my extension story is I started going to Extend the Night, and every Thursday meeting new HESA students, meeting new HESA directors, to the day that I finally started getting involved. And my first major project was the Harvard 375th Parade, where we put on this amazing parade. We had the head dean, Dean Schnagel, for the entire Division of Continuing Education, come and give us this big speech and in front of all it was amazing. for the entire extension school. It was such an amazing program. Through the Harvard 375th, I got involved with the Harvard Leadership Conference. I was recording, interviewing the speakers. That was directly through the Extend the Night to the 375th to the Harvard Leadership Conference. And at the Harvard Leadership Conference, I don't know how many here follow TED.com, I got involved with the TEDx Cambridge event. And I helped organize the logistics, transportation, and crowd management for the TEDx Cambridge event. Through that TEDx Cambridge event, I got involved with the TEDx Somerville event, and now I'm the stage manager for the TEDx Somerville event next month. Woo! For that event, we have the mayor of Somerville and major politicians throughout the Boston area coming through. And I mean, trickling down to so many different organizations, you know, working with the Harvard Graduate Council, working with the Leadership Conference, 370 Parade, helping put the Masquerade Ball together. So for those who didn't get to go to the Masquerade Ball, Annenberg is borderline impossible to get, but our amazing President and Chief of Staff, Philip and Lakeisha here, through their hard work and dedication, got Annenberg Hall. And it was an absolutely amazing event. I mean, people are still talking about it, from all 12 grad schools to the college. I mean, it was sold out within the first 2 days. You know, all tickets were sold out, and the hype's been built up for last year. So the extension school name, and HESA, is drastically increasing over the past couple of years, especially past couple of semesters. So I just wanted to share with you that, you know, with the same exact networking skills that everybody here has, from going from one event to another, I've gotten involved with tons of other events. Just by talking to people, having the true passion to be involved, has gotten me to be involved with some amazing events. Now I'm going to follow my career path with TED. Let's see where that takes me through different organizations and different events through HESA. And I urge every single person here, if you have time left, even if you don't have time left, dedicate what you have to give. And I promise you, if you are truly inspired by a passion to succeed, this organization, with the network it has, with the passion the entire association has to succeed, I can't even describe to you the opportunities that are available. So I highly encourage any of you to come up to me, Philip, Lakeisha, any of the directors. Be like, you know, I have an idea for this amazing event, and we'll make it happen. We'll work with you, talk all logistics, and just by being involved with HESA, you're involved with Harvard on a grand scale, working with the graduate council, working with the college. A quick side note, so for the Masquerade Ball, as Philip said, it was spawned at the extension school. We had a 24-student Harvard Business School dance group perform there. We had a 7-man Harvard College Asian dance, breakdancing group perform there. We had an opera singer from the Kennedy School. You know, so truly being involved with this amazing organization expands your horizon throughout the Harvard community. And that directly leads to networking after you graduate. And it's not only while you're at Harvard. That's a sub-benefit to being involved with HESA. The true benefit takes place once you build the friendships, once you build the networks, and you step out of the student community. You're like, oh wow, I helped them help with the Masquerade Ball. Oh, you're Procter & Gamble, you're Merrill Lynch, let's connect. So these networks definitely wind up paying off. If you're truly inspirational and passionate about being involved, please do. Thank you.
I'm inspired. I want to get involved. Very good. Thanks, Krishan. That was a great story, and there's many other stories like that. I'm sure if you took the time, many of you could tell a great story, something similar to that as well. I failed to mention the parade. I started to say the 375th. I got caught up in the rain. How many remember Dean Schneegel with the exclamation point on his shirt? That was amazing. I went into his office and it said, Dean Schneegel, we got this idea. He said, okay, I just have a few minutes, you know, and I was like, we'd like you to wear an exclamation point on your shirt and come and talk, you know, in front of Drew Faust, the president of the university, and the other leaders of the university. And he's like, okay, I'll do it. You know, it was great, and that has been a great testament to the relationships we've been able to build with the Central Communication, and even help with the first hockey game. We had the kickoff and hockey event was great. Thanks to everyone who helped put that together. And we had some great sponsorship from the Central Harvard administrators getting us the tickets and so on. So a lot of great things happening. Also, next we're going to hear from Natasha.
She stepped up to get the pizza.
Oh, okay, great.
More pizza on
so
the
we'll
way.
have to give her a hand when she comes back in with the pizza. Okay, great. And we already did the director introduction, so I just realized I went out of order, so I apologize for that. So those of you who are following along closely. So, Saul, do you want to say a few words?
Sure.
Okay. Let's give Saul a hand. Saul, take it.
So, hi, I'm Sol Gray. I'm your Director of Student Affairs. Let me tell you how I got involved with HESA. I found out about HESA the day my best friend nominated me. He said, hey, they're having this thing. You'd be perfect for it. I said, said, why is that? Because you got me to enroll. Okay, yeah, he was the third friend that I'd gotten to enroll in school after I started going, because it was great. I started going to classes, I got enrolled in the program, and so of course when my friends wanted to go back to school, what else was I going to do? And he said, so you're perfect for it. I said, okay, great, but what are you talking about? So he nominated me. Of course, they contacted me and said, you're nominated for this. Do you want to run? And I said, sure, why not? And that was just in time for the 375th. And all that rained.
Yes.
And that was how I met HESA. In the process,
Did you have the confetti?
yes, oh yes, it took me 3 days to wash the confetti out. I know. It was worth it. It was good. But here's the thing. When I started being Director of Student Affairs, I had no idea how much was out there. I knew there was a lot out there. I was telling my friends about it. I didn't realize how much there is out there. There are services at the libraries to help you get the resources you need, even if you're a distance service. They have scan and deliver services. People don't know about these things. For graduate students, there are services where you can store your books, things like that. And up till now, it seems like nobody had been telling people. So that got to be me. So whatever your problem is, you're not the only student who has it. There are other people having it too. Whatever is going on in your life, there are other adult people here who are having that go on. The only thing is that we all have this mindset that it's just us in this struggle. And it isn't anymore. You're part of something big. There are people all around you in the same experience. There are people around you in the same industry, having the same work experiences that you are. And HESA exists to try to help us connect. If there's something that you need, come to us. If there's something that isn't happening, come to us. If there's a question that you have and you don't know who exists to answer it, you come to us and we look until we find that person or we find you that answer. If it doesn't exist, it's our job to help you build it. And that's what the clubs are for. If you don't have what you need, you now have the power to start it. There's budgeting for it. So that's basically what I'm for. I'm here to I'm here to learn to speak. I'm here to facilitate you getting in touch with the things that you need to do what you want to do with your time at school. And that's it. Welcome to it.
Natasha, come on down. Let's hear it for Director of Communications. She's going to give us a couple quick words. And then next, we're going to hear Odessa is going to introduce the club leaders coming up next. Odessa did a great job. Well, I'll say it right after Natasha's.
Wait, what am I doing?
You're telling us how awesome you are.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I was in the back trying to make a phone call. But so I am the Director of Communications, and we do a lot of work with sending out all the newsletters that you get. We do a lot of work with trying to work with the different clubs to send out whatever memos they have on the things that they're doing. And a lot of you, probably have some free time, and you could help me and volunteer. So please, I would love your help. I'm always open to as little help as I can get. Even if you have an hour. What?
What do you need help with?
Just basically emails and then contacting people on different events that might be happening. And with a big thing that's coming on that Philip is probably going to talk about, it's called HESA Connect. So that's a huge initiative where we want to sort of, should I even talk about it since you're going to talk about it?
We'll just leave it at that. You need help with what he's going to talk about.
Yeah. Yes.
And after
We need help with a lot of things, actually. So there's a lot of ways you can plug in terms of technology, in terms of even doing research and getting stuff done for events. If we have someone that's a really great event person, we would love to talk to you because we have a lot of stuff to put on in the spring as well. Yes.
Whatever your talents, we can use them.
Yeah. That's
Whatever
really
you're good at,
it.
come to us and tell us. We can put you to work.
Yes.
We have multiple departments.
That was kind of what I was saying. So that is it.
Everybody is good at something.
So after we're not gonna go as late tonight because we wanna give an opportunity for conversations. So make sure, let's have everyone that Lakeisha introduced stand really quick. Sarah, have everyone that's on the HESA leadership team stand. So, in the back as well. So if you're wanting to get more involved in your student government, find one of these people. Krishan and Parul are going to gather your contact information at the end, and we'll have an additional meeting next week as well for those of you who want to get more involved. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So the Harvard Extension Student Association is the term umbrella organization is used a lot to describe all the student activities at the Harvard Extension School, and within the Harvard Extension Student Association, within the student community, we have vibrant clubs with their own constitutions, their own leaderships, their own presidents, their own boards, and a lot of great volunteers really involved. I use the analogy of the federal and state, sort of thinking of HESA as the United States and the clubs without the states. You can't have the United States without the states. So the clubs are a big part of what we do here as a student community. And tonight we have the club leaders, and we're going to have Odessa, HESA treasurer, come on up and introduce the clubs, and they're going to have an opportunity to present what happened last semester and what's coming up this semester, and more opportunities, specific opportunities for you to get involved there as well. And Odessa just did a great job getting all the finance budget numbers out to all the clubs. So if you haven't received those, make sure you chat with Odessa after to get that straightened out. Odessa. She's a dentist as well, and she has a family, and she's super involved as well, so you can do it.
Yes, thank you for that. I'm not taking any dental questions. Okay, so I want to say welcome. Actually, I would love to see everyone who is here for the first time to please stand. Please stretch your legs, stand. A round of applause, please.
Hey!
Thank you very much. This is great. We do a lot of socializing and networking here, so we're really pleased that you guys took the time to come out tonight. So as you know, I'm the treasurer, and I try to keep us all on budget. We have 5 clubs this semester, well this year actually. We have the Environmental Club, International Relations Club, the Business Club, the Free Health Society, and Service and Leadership Society. So if any of those clubs, and you'll hear from the leaders tonight, if any of those clubs interest you, I really urge you to become involved with them. They do a phenomenal job at planning events, implementing the events, and our only job is to give you guys the money so that you can continue with these initiatives. These clubs put on events that are recognized throughout Harvard, not just at the extension school. So, you know, it's really good, and we encourage you to get involved. I would like to know if there is someone here from the Student Leadership Society, Service and Leadership Society. Okay. So I'll give a quick.
International Relations wanted to go first. International Relations wanted to go first.
All right, so International Relations Club.
Yeah, I got it. Let me make sure to get it. Oh, that would be great. The video is right here. Do you want the video first?
You guys can grab something while we get ready for
Can you get some food refreshments over here?
Yeah.
Oh, ping him. I have no idea if they're here. Oh, dang it. Torture him. Okay, guys.
Okay, guys, we're gonna start up again. Hello, welcome to the International Relations Club. Thank you.
Hi, let's give him a hand.
Hi, my name is Francisco. I'm part of the International Relations Club. Our club actually started a couple of years ago, but we started a little late last semester, but we were able to put on some great events last semester. Our mission for our club is to bring awareness of some of the political issues that are happening around the world, and we do this by actually putting on events here on campus. Last semester, we put on 2 different events. We put on a Haitian event and a Tibetan event. Our president, Jerry Bruno, will be discussing today the Haitian event that we had last semester. Our former vice president, Tenzin Dickey, will be discussing the introduction to Tibet that we had last semester, that it also included the Dalai Lama's representative. And lastly, for this semester, I will be discussing the event that we will have on Mexico's culture here in the United States and in Mexico, the documentary that we will actually be having with Seven Soling, who has had multiple documentaries and will be showing his movie in New York next month. And lastly, we will have Christy Lee, who is our current vice president, discussing our forum that we will again be having this semester on China security.
Hello, everyone. We had the Haitian Cultural and Education event. We actually collaborated with the Harvard Ed School, so that was really great. We were able to raise together over $3,000 simply by donations from the Haitian community and as well as some student groups at Harvard. This event commemorated the historic Battle of Vertis, which was the final battle where Haitians gained their independence. This event also promoted the Haitian motto, L'union fait la force, in unity there is strength. There was spoken word by Harvard students as well as individuals from the Boston community. We had a popular Haitian celebrity, Emily Michel, and who was also well known internationally. She was able to grace us with her presence and also share our message to spread the message of hope and dreams of Haitians through music, where often it's difficult to describe otherwise. We actually had reserved seating for approximately 273 individuals. We actually had to refuse reservations. At some point, we had such an outpouring of support and interest in the event, so it was actually quite successful. And, I think that's it.
There was also an article on the Haitian event that we also had. I also, speaking to some of the graduate students of the education, when they were coming out, they said, that was the greatest event I've had here on campus. Like, we loved it so much, it was so great. They were so excited with the event that we had put on, so it was really great. But now our former vice president will talk about the introduction to Tibet that we had.
I'm going to give a very brief synopsis and introduction to Tibet, but just to share why we chose Tibet of all the countries and issues around the world, for two reasons. Number one was there was self-emulation cases going on in the Tibet. The Tibetan people were burning themselves alive, and it's never happened in Tibetan history. And so far, about 21 people have burned themselves because the repression is so bad in Tibet. Number two is because we went around Harvard's campus and we asked students, what do you know about Tibet? And then some people didn't know anything. And this one freshman girl from Harvard College, she said, what is Tibet? She said, and I said, do you know the Dalai Lama? And she said, is he from India? So we knew that Harvard community didn't know much about Tibet. So we're going to show a video, and then I'll go on with what happened in Tibet.
Actually, this video was produced by Pierre Fattel. I know some of you may know him, so he was able to help us with the video.
Tibet is a plateau in the center of Asia.
I don't know very much about Tibet. We're going to start over again. Yeah.
What do you know about Tibet? Tibet is a plateau in the center of Asia.
I don't know very much about Tibet.
Their own ethnicity, it has its own autonomous history.
Religion there is from Tibetan Buddhism. It's called Tibetan Buddhism.
It used to be a country invaded by China.
Its history over the past 60 years has been controversial.
So that was a promo video for the event, and we made that video 2 weeks before the event, and then we ended up with over 200 people at the event, so it was really successful. And just to, can you go back to the PowerPoint? And just to talk about what we did at the event, we had a introduction to Tibet, so we covered the historical background of Tibet, the current political situations at Tibet, and then we wanted to do a cultural performance by this teen sensational. Her name is Henson from New York, and she might be coming to Harvard next year, actually. And so it was a very successful event. We had traditional Tibetan dance. This is the Dalai Lama's representative. He came from New York. Our next speaker, his name is Jimmy Ugin. He was in the labor union in Minnesota, and he came to speak of the current political situations of Tibet. And what's amazing about our speakers is that they paid for all of the expenses themselves. And this is the crowd at the Northwest Science Building. It's one of the hardest buildings to get, but we got really lucky and we got that building that night. This is Kunsal, and she's a teen star. And then we had so Christy, our current vice president, she wrote an article on our event, and it's actually on Paiyo.com, it's one of the main websites of the Tibetan people, and we got over 8,000 hits. And then Voice of America from Washington, D.C. called me, and they wanted to interview me because they heard the event was so successful. And the interview, when it was broadcast inside Tibet, and people inside Tibet heard about it. So it was a huge success, and we're very happy and grateful, and thanks HESA for all their support and funding. Thank you.
Actually now, for our first event for this semester, we're having a documentary showing. It's a Uganda documentary on the people of Ik. The person who made the film is Seven Soling, went out to Uganda to film the Ik people, and we're going to actually be discussing the human rights, violations and also just be discussing the people of Uganda. So that's the first event that we'll be having this semester. The second semester that we'll be discussing is Mexico, and the people that are in Mexico and the people that are also in the United States. Speaking to a lot of people, I think there's always a lot of questions on why are Mexicans coming to this country. So we will be trying to get the former Secretary of Education to be coming to the event and discussing some of the problems that are happening in Mexico. And then we'll also be discussing some of the problems that are occurring here in Mexico with the Mexicans as to why they're not going on to college and so some of the problems there. And to not also just make it very serious, we're also going to try to bring in the culture of Mexico, just as we did with the Tibetan event. We are going to try to bring in the culture and food and make it an exciting night where people are not just learning, but they're also having fun. So those are two of the events, and now Christy, our Vice President, will be discussing the China Security Forum.
Hi everybody. First, I'd like to say that I'm very inspired by all of your individual stories, especially dedicated members of the HESA officials. This semester, we're very proud to present the Americas Pivot in Pacific, the U.S. and China security relations in 2012. As the war in Afghanistan and Iraq is winding down, President Obama has charted out a course of action for the American military influence in Asia Pacific, and we would like to hold a forum specifically asking some of our invited guest panelists about the U.S.-China relations and how it means for the U.S. foreign policy overall, as well as how it relates to that part of the world in Asia Pacific. This forum we're very fortunate to have the Diplomat, which is a premier leading, it's a leading magazine covering the in-depth analysis of the Asia-Pacific region and its relation to the world affairs. And they're going to co-sponsor us for this particular event, and the assistant editor, Harry, who I think is joining us from the live stream, if you are. Hi, Harry. So we will be holding a co-sponsored event with the Diplomat, and I urge you to check this news magazine online because it holds like a wealth of information for those of you who are very into the international relations issue and as well as government. We're planning to have 3 to 6 people as panelists. Each of them will speak about 5 minutes, and the rest of the session will be followed by a Q&A section, a panel discussion with a moderator. And we're going to try to include a range of experts and scholars in the field of military security, as well as economic and political. So we're going to try to encompass a broad range of issues, but focus more towards China's rising military power and how it relates to the U.S. security as well as the security issues in Asia. So I hope all of you can come to join us for these exciting events that we're planning for this semester. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email any one of us. And lastly, our club President Jerry would like to give you a concluding remark.
Just want to quickly say that any of you, I encourage any of you who are interested in joining the International Club to email us at heirc@2012@gmail.com, or you can contact any of the offices here later on this evening. Of course, we have positions. We have these positions open if you're interested, or even if you want to volunteer. We would love for you to participate. And if you have any questions or ideas or suggestions, we also like you to send us your emails so that next term or even maybe at some point this term we could come up with some additional events or ideas for the International Club. We meet every Thursdays at 7 p.m. at the Casperson Student Center, and we actually usually have dinner at that time together, so it runs for an hour. So I encourage you to, anybody interested in the International Club, please come on by. Thank
I also
you.
wanted to say one last thing. There's also actually no government club right now. So I think we're always open to doing any kind of forum, any kind of activity. So I think it would be great to also get some of the problems that are also happening here in America and also happening around the entire world. So if you are in government and if that is your major, I would encourage you guys to come to our club. We're just doing a lot of activities, a lot of events. So we just need as many help to just make these, just try to change our environment and just try to change the people and the politics here.
I just want to say really one last thing. I'm leaving tomorrow to Washington, D.C. because I got a State Department internship. And I know that this club really helped me get this internship. So I hope you guys, if you're into government, if you're into public relations,
Thank you, everybody. So can we hear it once again from International Relations?
I know there are a lot of students here who are from somewhere else, other than the United States, and even if you're not, your parents, you might be second generation born person. So it would be really nice if you see the need, get involved with the International Relations Club. Next, I would like to have the Pre-Health Society speak.
Hi guys, my name is Annie Stump. I'm president of the Harvard Extension Pre-Health Society. We have a lot of events that we've planned this semester. Some things that we're particularly proud of include surgical internship that we, oh, maybe you want to wait a second. There we go. We also started a YouTube channel. Okay, so we started a surgical internship at the New England Baptist Hospital for people who are pre-med. We are also visiting, we have 8 different visit trips to medical schools including NYU, Columbia, Cornell, Mount Sinai, BU, Tufts just happened this afternoon, and Harvard will happen later in the spring. Additionally, we also have weekly social gatherings at the Queen's Head Pub on Thursday night. We sort of co-plan with Extended Night as well. And then lastly, volunteering. Even if you're not a pre-med or even in the pre-health society, you are encouraged to come volunteer with us. We really need people to come help serve our community. So on February 18th, we are going to work at Cradles for Crayons. We're going to help sort school supplies for kids. On February 21st, we're going to go help serve dinner at Rosie's Place. We need people. If you're interested, please email harvardeps@gmail.com. So lastly, our YouTube channel that we just started, this is actually a commercial that we showed in our science classes at the beginning of the semester.
future doctors, our future medical auxiliary people. So all of you who are interested in some sort of science, if you're sick and you have questions, why not? Join the Pre-Health Society. Next we'll hear from the Environmental Club.
Actually, I think I'm going to pull up the multimedia as well.
Yeah.
everyone. I'm Julia, and I'm the president of the Harvard Extension Environmental Club, also known as the EC. And we are composed of many different students, a lot of people from the Sustainability and Environmental Management program, as well as any students who are concerned about the environment. We also have community members and alumni who join us, so we have really great networking. This is a really important issue, and it's relevant to everybody. This semester, we're going to have events that touch on business and sustainability. If you're in international relations, that could be a really important topic for you as well. So if you're interested, just come join us. Last semester, we had a lot of really interesting events. We had a lot of them. We had socials and volunteering events and a big conference with a lot of people who came. We had panelists and everything like that. So we started brainstorming this semester, and we decided we're going to tweak it a little bit. This semester, we're going to have probably 3 big networking nights type of events focused on a theme, and then we're going to have maybe volunteer or other types of events coming off of that. So we decided the first one will probably be energy. We're going to have this networking night where speakers will come. Some of them might just be students who have a really interesting project, and then you might want to get involved or help support them. Some of them will probably be industry leaders, and then we'll probably have one more somewhere in between. And then the energy, we're probably going to have a green tour of Harvard, which is really, really interesting. Harvard does a lot of amazing things, and you can learn all about it and walk through the yard and learn about all the different things that they do. And then also, we may have a tour of Blackstone, which is the lead building over kind of farther away. But yeah, so that's something that will be coming up. We're going to also have water, I think, will be a theme, and then we'll do a cleanup of the Charles River. And finally, I think food will be a theme, and we'll have our, oh no, pictures aren't up. We'll have our ever-popular foraging tour where we go around campus and discover what plants and fruits and things are edible, and that's always a lot of fun. So it might not be the tastiest thing, but it'll be really, really interesting to see what you may eat before class if you're ever really hungry. And so if you're interested, just come visit our website. It's really easy to remember, www.harvardec.org. And here we list all of the different events going on. And one of the things we do is try to collect events around campus. There are so many environmental events. There's usually one every day. It's kind of something. So we try to collate all of that, put it up on our website, put it up on our Facebook page so that you'll know what's going on. And most of the events are free. Almost all of the events are free. So yeah, hopefully come join us. We're going to have elections this semester, so if you're interested in getting even more involved, I think we have lots of spots opening up. And so join us for some really great activities. We'll also be promoting sustainability in the community as well, so look out for us. Thanks.
Thank you, Julia. So that was the environmental club, and I have to be honest, I joined HESA because I saw the environmental club's website, and I have to tell you, they went on a nature trip, and they were swinging from ropes and jumping in water, and it just looked so fun. I said, I gotta join you. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a secret of mine. HEP is the Extension Business Society. Do we have one person? Okay. They're probably away on business, so I'll just give you a quick snippet. They are phenomenal as well, and they have done many things throughout the Harvard community, and one of the major things that they accomplished this semester was a trip to the New York Stock Exchange, and that was really. Peru was, yeah.
I can talk. I know what the update. So.
Okay, well, come on down, Peru.
Peru.
Hello, everybody. I think before I start about the club, I'll share a little about my experience too.
So, Philip mentioned, that, I remember coming to the Smashing Pumpkin Party in Queen's Head for the first time. So, for almost like 6 or 8 months, I used to just come and sadly go, and you don't really feel a part of Harvard and all that. So I saw the HESA party invite for Smashing Pumpkin party, Halloween party last year, and I went there, and I saw all exciting, enthusiastic people on the bench. I saw Philip, and I was telling him hey, this is exciting. I've never seen so many things in the school, but I can relate to school now. So it's why don't you jump in? Get involved. I said seriously, yeah, come in. So that was great. I think so. That was the day, and it's been more than a year and a half probably. So I've been involved, and it's been excellent experience. I would highly say I've met so many people through HESA, and I mean once you're involved, your network really grows, and you could meet so many friends, and you don't know from everybody mentioned Krishan gave his experience, everybody shared their experience. You never know where you reach after this by the contacts you make in networking. And even small help which professor is a good grader. I mean, that's a big help, right? So you never know, you extend your network, and there's so much fun and so much things going on. In fact, and this year has really contributed in making it bringing the One Harvard initiative forward, which is awesome. So I think that's superb. So we feel the part of the community. So for HEBS, Harvard Extension Business Society, which is one of the clubs here, so they promote the entrepreneurship and management leadership. So if any one of you is interested in that, they did a lot of events last semester. We had president of Coca-Cola from Eastern and Southern Europe. He was here, and it was a great conference. They arranged a trip to New York Stock Exchange, and they're doing that again. It was a limited seats, so whenever you hear of it, you better grab the seats early, buy the tickets. And probably we'll have just 40 tickets, and hopefully we'll get to ring the bell this time, so which is awesome. So they keep on conducting events around entrepreneurship, leadership, networking. So again, please join. The website is HEBS, which is Harvard Extension Business Society .dce.harvard.edu, and there's lots going on. So subscribe, and you can get the details of the events. So network, people get connected. Thank you.
Thank you, Parul. One last club that I'm going to mention is the Service and Leadership Society. They're also unable to be here tonight, but they also put on really good events. One of the major events that they do put on is called the Negotiation Conference. They have people from all walks of life, all over the world, come and give talks, and you learn so much information that is really valuable for you to attend if you can. And as Philip mentioned earlier, I'm also a delegate on the Harvard Graduate Council, which is one of the Harvard-wide clubs, and it's really good to network, socialize, and meet people and other students from all of the schools at Harvard, the dental school, the medical school, the Kennedy School. You spread your wings, and you make friends, and you make connections for a lifetime. So I wanted to say that once more. One last thing that I would like to say is to our clubs, if you haven't submitted your reimbursements from the fall, we need you to do so by the end of this month. Okay? Got it? Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Fantastic. Well, as you can see, a lot of great stuff going on. We're just about to wrap it up. But if you're interested in starting your own club, come talk to us after. Come talk to HESA. It's not that difficult to get started, and there's a lot of resources available to help you. There's an approval process. You have to get a certain number of signatures and so on. But it's not that difficult. So it's something you can do if you're interested in starting a club. Obviously, we want clubs like these who have continuation, who can keep going from year to year, have events year to year, continue growing membership, and they're really healthy for the student community. So, yeah.
One last thing I forgot to mention is please like us on Facebook. We are on Facebook, and you can stay connected that way as well.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one way that we can really reach out to our students.
Right.
And we can get updates, and everybody can get updates of this, because there's so much happening, and everybody's doing so much, like clubs are awesome too, so we need your advice.
I'll be there tomorrow. I'll do the express delivery, okay, next 5 months.
So I'll just kind of end it off. I'll just show this last video. It's got some recap, some stuff that's been happening around the student community. So most of you probably, well, about half of you probably seen this before. If you haven't seen it, you can watch this. It's going to be a lot of fun. It shows clips from some of the club events as well as HESA events going on community-wide. So again, come get involved. The HESA exec board is going to be going away this weekend on a little retreat, and we're going to come back with, I was going to say come down from the mountaintop, but that's not it. We're going to come back really excited with a great calendar full of stuff, and we also meet on Thursdays, so if you are really interested to get more involved, definitely talk to one of the HESA leaders that we mentioned earlier, and spend a little bit of time introducing yourself to someone else that you haven't met before. If you have advocacy concerns or some things like we mentioned, like the directory and some other things, we may already be working on those, but definitely come talk to me or one of the leaders, and we'll get that on the board. We always want to make sure if you have any concerns, questions, that those are out, and you have the opportunity to let your voice be heard as well. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to play this, and make sure you meet the club leaders who are here tonight. Make sure you meet the HESA leaders, and have a wonderful spring semester. Our next, I was gonna give away some prize, but we ran out of pizza and we ran out of drinks. We have some rolls. So a bag of rolls. Do anybody can tell me when the next General Assembly meeting is? Is it 2 weeks? No? First one to Google it.
Oh, we got a winner.
What?
March 2nd.
March 2nd, give them in some rolls. All right, so March 2nd, we might see you guys all back here, same time, same place, March 2nd, and we're going to continue, keep the momentum going. It's going to be a great semester. A lot of these initiatives we'll be talking more about in detail at the next GA meeting, so make sure you come out and get involved. By then, I hope all of you who are new here, who haven't really got involved, or by that point you guys are already starting to build your success stories and are already involved in great things on the community. All right? Thanks everyone for coming out. I'll play this as well.
Kinds of opportunities we provide for students, really enriching student life. Something I know that you all are doing on top of very busy lives, many of you have jobs, families, on top of your studies. Still you find time to volunteer and be leaders here at the assembly.
Hey guys, I'm live. My name's Sean Wilkes.
keyword for next year. You just want to make you aware that the HESA is there for you to reach out to people where there to make the experience great for you. I'm the VP of the Harvey Extension Environmental Club. My name is Leah Elson, and I'm the content editor and writer chair for all of the Harvey Extension.